Hello and welcome to today's Get Ready With Me featuring mostly ColourPop. Yeah, so this is gonna be a mostly full face of ColourPop. I don't have all of the items to do a full face, but I did get the ColourPop No Filter Stick Foundation. I got the No Filter Concealer. I got this beautiful satin liquid lip in the color Frickin' Frack, which is beautiful. I got another No Filter translucent setting powder because I literally used the entire of the other one. I have a ColourPop eyeshadow palette. I have several highlighters from them. I got a blush as well because I needed a new blush, and boom, look at that. A couple of things that I'm gonna be using that is not by ColourPop is my primer. I'm gonna use the Bobbi Brown Face Base, my bronzer, the Fishes Formula Bit of Bronzer. The Fishes Formula Bit of Bronzer. Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Benefit Precisely My Brow Roller Lash Mascara. I didn't buy their new colored mascaras. I don't use different colorful mascaras, and I didn't think to just buy the black one. I also didn't look to see if you could buy them individually, though I imagine you probably can. And I'll be using my Morphe setting spray as well. So those are just a couple of things that are not gonna be ColourPop, but it's mostly ColourPop. Okay, all right, cool. So I did already wear this stuff once before, wore it last night, and I filmed a video last night doing it, but I didn't like it because I was very low energy, and also my boyfriend was home because I was getting ready for us to go out to the bar and go eat some food and have a glass of wine and shit. And I was self-conscious filming while he was here because I didn't want him to hear me. So he knew I was filming, but I still just uncomfortable. So I'm gonna do it again today. I will say that I bought the wrong shades of stuff. I chose the shade Fair 07N, so it's a neutral undertone and it's pretty light. So it is very pale for me. I usually use a slightly darker. Also, normally I use cool undertones, but they were out of the shade that I wanted with the cool undertone. So I was just like, fuck it, I'll go for a neutral undertone and I'll make it work. But it is extremely pale. And then the concealer that I got as well, I got Fair 06, which is also very light. So these combined together make me look kind of like a ghost. I can make it work. It's fine, I'll just look a little ghostly. This is going to be a second impression. First impressions of this foundation though, I actually really liked it. I tried the No Filter, the liquid one. Hated it, just absolutely detested it. Threw it away. Made my skin look super scaly and just weird, and it was hard to blend, and I just wasn't a fan of it. But this feels velvety, like it just existing in my skin. It felt soft and velvety and lightweight. It was easy to blend. There's that. It did have a little bit of kind of creasing, like not really. You could see my smile line. I would say that it is medium coverage. I think you could build it up to make it full coverage. But I have some acne going on here, and last night you could definitely see that through the foundation, but I also didn't layer it up like that. So I will try to do like a full coverage deal with it today. The only other stick foundation that I have ever used was from Hourglass, their Vanishing Stick, which people are obsessed with, and it's very expensive, and I hated it. So I haven't tried another stick foundation since that. I've been kind of afraid of them, but I do like this one. So we'll go ahead and get started here. Some lines. Oh, wow, look at my pores. You can see my pores like fucking crazy up in this bitch. Okay. I did also try to blend it out with my beauty blender last night, and then I ended up doing the rest of it with this Milani foundation brush. So just whatever foundation brush you have, I think would work better. I was able to blend it with the beauty blender, but it took away a lot of the coverage, so. I love the texture of this. It's like buttery velvet on my face. It feels really nice. Last night, I only had it on for about 2 hours. We went to the bar, and I mean, it looked good. It didn't misbehave in those 2 hours. But do you see how ghostly I look? To make everything look even, I'm definitely gonna drag this down my neck. because we're looking very pale. Okay, so you're zoomed into my face. How does it look? So I don't know if you can see, but I've got my smile line kind of exaggerated right there, which usually doesn't happen like right at the beginning of my makeup application, but it's honestly not that bad, and I didn't notice it last night either. So now I'm gonna take the No Filter Concealer, very light shade, and I like the texture of this as well. I usually use the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, and I've been using this for several years now, and I really like this. It's not like crazy full coverage, like it's definitely not Tarte Shape Tape. This kind of is about the same coverage as that. It's a really nice consistency. It's really smooth, and I can see why people like it a lot. And it also, like a little bit goes a long way. Don't have to re-dip into the thing to cover all of my areas. That concealer looks really hydrating. I do have a little bit of creasing going on. Now this setting powder, I do like. I bought another one of these because it's affordable and I'm waiting on Jeffree Star's powder to come out, and I didn't want to drop $50 on the Laura Mercier powder if I'm just gonna buy Jeffree Star's, which is gonna be expensive as well. I wish that they had a different shade. They have 3 shades, and this one is mostly translucent, but it does have kind of a yellowness to the powder, and I just wish that they had another one that was light like this, but maybe more cool, kind of like a pinker finish, because sometimes I can tell that there's a little bit of yellow in this translucent when it's on my face. It's not like the hugest deal in the world, but you know, in a perfect world. But I do like the way that this sets my makeup. It makes everything look pretty soft. Oh man, my under eyes, let me zoom you in here. Boop. Got some creasing happening under here, which is not the biggest deal in the world to me. I do smoke out my lower lash line quite a bit, so that kind of covers it up, but you can definitely see that. And with my Maybelline Age Rewind, it normally doesn't happen like that, so just FYI. My skin feels like velvet butter right now. I'm gonna go ahead and warm up my face with some bronzer using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I've definitely used the absolute crap out of this, and I'm just going to bronze up my face so I don't look like I am dead and all of the blood has been taken out of my body and replaced with formaldehyde. Wow, that got dark, sorry. Oh, see, now we're looking a little bit more alive. I do like to put bronzer like kind of in the middle of my face like this. Basically just bronze out your whole entire face. Now I'm gonna set my face with my Morphe setting spray, melt everything together, and then I'll do my highlighter. My mustache is still a little wet. Let me zoom you in again. So this is what my face looks like after I set it and dried it. I feel like it melts everything together. I like the finish of this foundation. I don't know the details on this foundation. I don't know if it's supposed to be matte or if it's supposed to be luminous or what it's supposed to be, but I think it is more of a natural finish. My pores are a little exaggerated. I can tell that I am wearing makeup. Like it definitely looks, it's not like a sheer, oh my God, I'm not wearing any makeup at all. I wouldn't say cakey, but it's there. You know, it feels really nice and lightweight and like nothing on my face, which is super great. So let's move on to highlighter. I'm gonna be using my Morphe M510, and I'm going into the Super Shock Cheek in the flavor Smoke and Whistles. It looks wet, but like it doesn't exaggerate my texture, and it doesn't look super glow to outer space type where like that's all you see. I think it gives it like a really natural kind of like sheen to the skin. Gives me a nice soft glow. And I definitely put it all over my face. And since I like to watch people do their eyebrows, I'm not gonna skip me doing my eyebrows. If you don't wanna see me do my eyebrows, go ahead and skip to this timestamp right here. So I'm gonna be using the Benefit Precisely My Brow. I am shade 4.5. And I really like this product a lot. I love it. It's just got the finest tip. It's itty bitty. It's really strong. But now we're gonna move on to the eyeballs. I always prime my lids with concealer, and so I'm gonna use the ColourPop No Filter Concealer to prime today. I'm gonna be playing with the ColourPop Give It To Me Straight eyeshadow palette. I got this in a BoxyCharm one time. I did not purchase this directly, but you know. So I'm gonna dip into Downright right here. It is going to be my transition shade. Now I'm gonna switch to my Morphe M330. Let's dip into TMI, this color right here. Dippity dip, 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 dip. I'm gonna place that on the outer corner by tapping it. I'm also gonna tap it through the crease, and then I'll start blending. Morphe M562 brush right here. It's just a teeny tiny little, it goes in the crease. It is itty bitty. Like here is it compared to the fluffy brush that I was just using a minute ago. Like it is teeny tiny and it really helps to get into my little crease area there. I think we're gonna dip into Frank, which is this brown shade right here. All right, now I'm gonna dip my finger into Candid. I also think I want to dip into Forthright a little bit. Just kind of put it on the outer and inner. I don't know if that makes much of a difference, but in my eyes it does. Now I'm going to take a small fluffy brush. This is the M514, and I'm going to dip into our transition shade again, Downright. And I'm going to blend out the edges just to make sure everything is seamless. I'm going to take my Makeup Geek small crease brush, which is a pencil brush. It is not a crease brush. I've never used this in my crease. Well, I used it once and I didn't like it. It is a pencil brush. That's what I use it for. And I'm gonna take TMI, which is the color that we did after the transition color, and I'm gonna do that underneath my lash line. And then going back to that brush that I blended out everything with, I'm gonna dip back into Downright and just blend some more. Now we can't forget our inner corner, so I'm gonna take the pencil brush again and I'm gonna dip back into the highlighter. Put that on my inner corner and on my brow bone. I don't have the ColourPop mascara, so I'm gonna be using my roller lash. Okay, now it's time for the lips. This liquid lipstick is the Ultra Satin Lip in the color Frickin' Frack. I love the color. I think this is gonna replace Androgyny from Jeffree Star for me. They're definitely not the same color, but they're similar. This has more of like a purple undertone. This is more like a reddish kind of brick. I don't know, but I don't like really light nude lipsticks. It just doesn't look right on me. It looks weird. So I prefer the darker nudes. This is beautiful. It's comfortable. It lasts. I ate a whole ass burrito last night and it did not come off of my fucking face. This is super comfortable on my lips. I can feel that there's something on my lips, but it kind of gives me the same feeling as the foundation did, where it's like a buttery velvet and it's not sticky at all. When it dries down, it is a satin finish and it does transfer on like my glasses and the drinking glasses and stuff, but like the color didn't really come off of my lips. And like I said, I ate a whole burrito. Did I put on blush? I didn't even use the blush. I have no blush on my face right now, so we're gonna do that. So I'm gonna use the ColourPop pressed powder blush. This is, I think, the shade Why Hello. It's really nice, just kind of peachy, subtle nude. And usually I do this before my highlighter and before I set my face, but I completely forgot because I was just in my own little world. So I'm just gonna dab that on here. Wow, I can't believe I forgot to do my blush. This is the final look. Oh my gosh, I think it is so beautiful. I love makeup so much. I know I say it every single time I do a freaking makeup video, but I love it. I love it a lot and I will never stop loving it. This is the full face of Mostly ColourPop. Second impressions of this foundation. It's really buttery. It's easy to blend. It's got a decent amount of coverage. If you're looking for like a really full coverage, I think you can build this up. I'm gonna keep wearing it and see how it does like over a day, because I work an 8-hour day, so I will wear this to work and see how that is. Hello, Rachel from a different day. Same sort of makeup. I'm wearing the ColourPop everything. I would say that this foundation is more of a, like if you're only gonna have it on for 2 or 3 hours, because then it looks good. But after being at work all day, like it doesn't look the worst, but got quite a bit of cracking going on right here and on my forehead, and pretty shiny. There's lots of cracking, lots of shiny, lots of, you know, looks very makeup-y, and I've got creasing under my eyes like crazy. Oh, look at that. Don't recommend it for all day wear, but if you're just gonna go have a fun time for like 2 or 3 hours, I think you'll be golden. I just feel like it's gonna rub off if I bump my face on stuff, if I, you know, give somebody a hug and don't try really hard to not touch them with my face. It's just gonna come right off. Oh yeah, look, there's that little rub mark right there. Love this lip. This satin lip is super comfortable. It's a gorgeous color. The applicator is nice. It doesn't have any intrusive smells. The ColourPop No Filter Translucent Loose Setting Powder. I like this as well. I just wish it had more of a pink color, but even then, it doesn't really leave a yellow cast. The No Filter Concealer, I think I like it. It's a really good texture. I can see why people give this a positive review. I like it a lot. The blush is super natural and like soft and went on just beautifully. I didn't have to like dig into the pan to get it at all. The Give It To Me Straight, I haven't used this in quite some time just because I have the things that I use normally, but I actually really like the way this eye look turned out. The shadows were super easy to work with, pretty pigmented, and yeah, they blended really nice. And then I love the Super Shock highlighters. I do have 2 other colors that I picked up that were just like on a whim. They were in the impulse buy section. This one's more of a gold. It's called Lunch Money. I like this. It's not like too crazy gold. And then this one's called Might Be. It's a little bit darker. Thank you for being here, and tune in for whenever I post a video next, which will be soon. Okay, I love you, bye. Försäljningsformella bättre bröd. Det finns inte formella bättre bröd.